Hi, my name's Sheldon Livesay. I'm the director for One Accord Ministry. And you know, many times as you look back in life, there were certain things that happened in your life that were major turning points of your life. And I want to tell you today about my biggest lesson. My biggest lesson. You know, I loved growing up in Rogersville, Tennessee. I loved going out to my granddaddy's house on weekends, and I had a first cousin that was 3 months older than I was, so we were about the same age. We did everything together on weekends. I loved my granddad, and we worked at our family business, and that was a milling company. So in the summertime especially, farmers would raise their wheat, and towards the end of the summer they would bring that wheat in, and some of it was in 100-pound bags and some of it was in 150-pound bags. And I'm telling you, my cousin and I competed against each other the whole summers. There, you know, a couple or 3 summers, trying to see who could lift the most, who could do the most. We would unload these bags into a building, into a warehouse building, where they would dry out over the winter, and we could use them to make flour and cornmeal. An exciting time in our life. Well, one summer, and I think it was my senior year in high school, junior or senior, my cousin got a couple of sets of boxing gloves, and over at my granddaddy's house, we had 4 trees that measured about exactly the same as a boxing ring. And we got a rope, and we'd put around those trees on weekends, and we'd get out there, and we would box with each other, and there'd be one time that my cousin would get the best of me a little bit, and another time I'd get the best of him a little bit. And I don't know if any of you have been this way, but you know, when you get to be about that age in school, you get to be where you sort of think you know more than your parents, than the older generation. Anybody out there been through that? So anyway, on weekends, my dad on Sunday would go out to my granddaddy's, and he worked so hard all week, and I love my dad, still living, and we would sit, he would sit next to my granddaddy and be talking, and he might even go to sleep. Well, in the fall, after my cousin and I spent all summer practicing the boxing, we spent all summer working and throwing those 100-pound, 150-pound sacks of wheat, and we thought we were the stuff. Unbeatable, unstoppable, you know what I mean? So anyway, I would try to challenge my dad, come out and box with me. Look, come out and let me show you that my cousin and I have done some practice. So he wasn't interested, and we went through maybe even 2 months of me challenging him, asking him every time he went out. And so one Sunday in September, maybe the 3rd Sunday of September, I'm thinking, pretty day, and I had the ring up outside and had the gloves there, and I challenged my dad, and he said, "You're not going to shut up until I come out, are you?" And I said, "Well, I'd love for you to come out, Dad." So I'm putting those gloves on, and he's putting his gloves on, and we get under the ring and out in the middle of the ring, and I'm hot shot, junior, senior in high school. I mean, I'm ready. You know, the next thing I knew, I was waking up on the ground, and I was looking around embarrassed that I was laying there, and my dad wasn't anywhere to be seen. The gloves were laying there, and here I was out cold as kraut. And I go back inside, get the gloves and go back inside. My dad's sitting over there, and I sheepishly put the gloves up. I never said a word to him, and he never said a word to me. But I'll tell you, friends, that day I learned that my dad knew a whole lot more than I ever thought he did, and I began to listen to him. Maybe for the first time in that age of my life, with a respect that I've never ever let go of. I loved my dad. I respect my dad. I would do anything that I could for my dad. And a big turnaround came that day that he showed me that he still had a lot more in him than I gave him credit for. That really is a God story. It's a miracle story in the life of a teenage boy that got too big for his britches. That was me. And I just wanted to share that. One of my biggest lessons in life. God bless you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege of sharing. Bless you, bless you.